Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Original Art Hour Beyond. We're up to what? This is 5. We're up to Original Art Hour Beyond number 5. Tony, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man.
How's it going? How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Kelly? Quick question.
Yeah.
So that Huckleberry Hound, what's so special about the Huckleberry Hound?
Well, that was like a pen. I think that was a Pence copy of a Golden Age book. It was just a super nice copy book, and I just something about it just I had to get it. I don't remember where or what the details were around that book. Still have that book somewhere, but
I just saw it in intro. Like I always wanted to ask, and I see you with the big smile with the Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't my choice. That was the genius who put together that promo video or whatever.
Okay.
Shout out to JB. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of fun. It's funny, so I just stuck with it.
That's funny. No, it's good.
It is. All right. Well, look, guys, we got a little bit of a heritage auction signature thing that went down over 4 days, which was pretty nutty. But we're gonna get into that a little bit, and then we're also gonna do some show and tell, like we usually do here. Tony and I both pulled 3 pieces to show tonight, some relatively recent pickups, but let's get right into saying a quick hello to the chat, and then we'll get into the show. We had Geeks and Drinks. What's up? Oh, he's gonna catch the rewind. What's up? That's fine, brother. Unruly's in the house.
Unruly, what's up?
Lasso.
Hey, Magic Lasso.
Tats Comics in the house. What's up? We got ML, Mikhail. What's going on, dude? Good to see you in the chat.
Evening,
we got Ruben. I thought, don't you have some work to get done, brother? I was hoping to talk about it tonight, but I'll let you talk about it. Good to see you though. We got James in the house. What's up, James? Good to see you, brother. And let's see. I'm pretty chill. That's pretty much my attitude. So
I agree. Chill. He's very chill.
What?
He's very chill.
Not as chill as
I'm here. That's why I'm here.
All right. Well, we got Biggie Shack in the house. What's up, Biggie? Good to see you, Biggie. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get right into this, man. We usually start with the news, but I don't really have much news to speak of. Do you have any news to bring up, Tone? I mean, we're hitting up that Big Apple Comic-Con thing in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm good to go on that one.
Okay, so what was that again? That was July 17th.
So yeah, I'm working at that.
Yeah, okay. So we're still going to that show, and then I'm going to day 2 of Terrificon up in Connecticut. So that's on Saturday, August 1st at the Mohegan Sun, I think. So we're driving up there. Me and my buddy Chris. I got issues. We're going to be rolling up there. So it should be fun to actually go to 2 comic convention events for the first time since we went to the ArtCon. When was that? That was like September or something like that.
September, October. Yeah. I think October.
Yeah, so it's been a while, so I'm looking forward to it. So that's pretty much all the quote-unquote news I got right now. But let's get right into show and tell, man. Let me pull up your slides here. We're going to go with you first. Do I even bother putting this up on the screen? Yeah, show and tell time. So let me find your first piece here. Sorry, I have so many of these screen grabs from Heritage in this back end for today.
No problem.
But yeah. All right, cool. This is a Scott Eaton page.
Scott Eaton, yes, it is. It's a Wolverine page. I think Wolverine 11. It has Omega Red, and it was a nice thing with Dracula, so I picked it up. Dracula floating down, Omega Red looking up.
Very cool. It's pencil piece.
Yes, pencil piece.
Was that? Do you know if that issue was like ink digital or something, or?
No, it was a pencil piece. Later on, I guess they just inked it. I'm not sure. It was all pencil piece though.
What's up, Bill? Comic Mag Musings in the house. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Well, cool, man. I like this piece quite a bit. Yo, we got JoJo in the house. Flicks and Comics. Good to see you, JoJo. She had her 2,000 subscriber party or celebration last night with a whole bunch of giveaways. That was a really, really fun time. So that was awesome. She gave out some really, really cool stuff. So check that out on the rewind if you missed it. All right, well, this is going to be my first piece. I believe I've already shared this kind of with the group and on CAF, but I haven't shared it on the show yet, so I had to share it just because I'm kind of like obsessed with it right now, honestly. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how to frame this thing right now and where to put it in my space. But this is a Mike Perkins Professor X illustration, which I picked up from Ruben, who was in the chat earlier, but should be working right now. But I just love this thing, man. It's just trippy, you know. It's a psychedelic. I just love it, man. I like been staring at it constantly. So I'm in love with this one. This one's gonna be displayed somewhere. Just trying to figure out or sort through exactly what I'm doing with it. I believe it's 11 by 14 on the size. Yeah, right. This piece is pretty badass. And I actually won I won a Mike Perkins piece over the weekend on Heritage, like kind of a low key piece. And I didn't realize that you know, it was being consigned by somebody we already know that I already buy Mike Perkins artwork from. So, so yeah, and maybe he can answer that at some point. What's up, Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson in the house? Good to see you, man. Simply incredible podcast, man. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well over there. But yeah, congrats to JoJo on reaching 2,000 subs. That is a huge milestone for her. But yeah, I mean, I love
a Carnage piece from Mike Perkins. I love his artwork in Carnage.
Oh, in the Carnage title?
Yeah, in the Carnage series, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you should talk to Ruben about that.
Definitely. Yeah.
See what he's got lying around. All right. Well, let me find your second one. Is that the Bob Layton one?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. This is Tony's second piece, Bob Layton.
Yeah, I got this from Strictly Comics auction, like the charity auction for our Heroes Initiative, about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. What's the size?
No, it's small. It's 11 by 7, I think.
Okay. What's up, Comic Hunter? What is that? 1014. I think I might need new glasses already. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate first-time viewers always. So welcome. Thank you for watching. Very cool, man. This is do you collect Iron Man? Because I've seen like some Iron Man stuff in your collection.
I mean, I like Iron Man. It's it's if I could find something like this, I'll pick it up. I like it's kind of like the old style Iron Man, so I kind of like it.
Nice. Are you gonna display this somewhere? You're like out of display space, aren't you?
I got no more display space.
Yeah.
The next two I pick up, I have to make space. When I get them, I'll show it to you.
You gotta take some updated pictures of your display and share them. Mm-hmm. Man, we got people going after Mike Perkins' list in the chat. This is funny. This is fun to watch. I'm getting distracted. Let me go to my second one. So I think I shared this on CAF as well. This is another pickup that I got during the whole CAFCon thing in May last month. But this is an early page from John Paul Leone on pencils and Bill Reinhold on inks. It's from a promo comic called More Weird Mystery Tales that DC Comics put out in 1996, I believe, 95, 96. They put it out as like a free mini comic. It's like half the size of like a regular comic, like an ash can size. But this is on one artboard. So it's on one artboard, but horizontal or whatever. So it's a double page spread on one artboard for a mini comic. So it's definitely a little bit of a peculiar piece. And it was made to promote Book of Fate and Challengers of the Unknown, which were, I guess, rebooting around that time or coming out with new series. Man, these comments are coming in so late. ML says Layton just owns Iron Man. Yes, he does. James Siegel, what's up? But yeah, I picked this up from Christopher Daly, who's a fellow comic art fans member and whatnot, and he graciously donated the proceeds of this piece to the JPL Memorial GoFundMe that was going to benefit the family of John Paul Leone, because he sadly recently passed away. So I I'm pretty stoked to have a JPL piece in the collection. This is kind of a unique piece, a double page spread for a mini comic. This is my first mini comic related piece of art. Unfortunately, the hard thing is I don't have a way of getting the comic, which I usually like to get the comic for every published piece that I have in the collection. Like I have pretty much a whole short box now full with almost no space left in it for the published examples and whatnot. So
yeah, that's what I posted my IG search. I found the book finally.
You always do it the backwards way around, which is funny.
Like the next piece you're gonna display.
Yeah, let me.
I found it for $5, but I know I seen it in a dollar box. And I recognize the cover of that Wonder Woman 100. I'm like, I could this in $1. I'm not gonna spend $5 for it.
All right, well, I'll delay that no further. This is Tony's third piece. I love this piece, man. This is a stylish piece, I gotta say. Mike Deodato.
Yeah, this is Wonder Woman 100. I don't pick up too many DC, but I like this page, and I'm like, all right,
yeah, man,
get this.
I dig it. I like Deodato, especially like his Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. So is this a splash from that issue?
Yeah, it's a whole splash page. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His signature is huge, though. You know,
yeah. He just
I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm trying to look in that page and like ponder a better signature location. I don't know. That's tough. Just like way at the top or way at the bottom outside of the art area. But I don't know. Maybe he doesn't do a small sig, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe by waist up by pants. I don't know. I don't want to mess up her face up there, you know.
Lasso is all psyched about this piece for sure. Our Wonder Woman representative. Let's see. Is there an acetate overlay on that? Is he asking about this one?
Yeah, there is. Yes,
there is for the word bubbles.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nice. What's up, Jeffrey?
Yeah, it's a two-piece thing. It's an acetate overlay. So she's, I guess that's like you said, it's Steve Trevor's mom on top there, and then the clip behind there, the original artwork there.
Very cool, man. Yeah, I really like this piece, man. Congrats on that. Is that your first Deodato piece?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. I love that piece. Yeah, it's a fire piece. It's very I love that jacket, you know? Ruben's requesting. Do you have the page nearby?
I'm gonna look for it. Well, Robbie's looking. Yeah, Covey, put up the other one, and I'll be right back.
Okay. You're gonna look for it while I put up.
Yeah, I get in the other room.
All right, word. Yeah, take your time. All right, so I'm gonna show this next piece. Let's see. Let me find it. Yo, what's going on? Pat Wall in the house. Good to see you, Pat. Sorry, guys. I just have like 100 slides here in the back from Heritage. So I'm like, everything's all over the place. Okay, so this is my third and final piece for show and tell. Then we'll get right into the Heritage discussion. This is a piece from the artist Andy Fish. Over here on the left side, you see it's the full 11 by 17 piece. And on the right side, the zoom in shot of Batman. Now, he was trying to do this sort of in the like Bob Kane era style with like the gangsters and sort of that, you know, that interpretation of Batman's look. Now, this was supposed to be a variant cover for Detective Comics 1000. And it was supposed to be a store exclusive, I believe. for Friendly Comics, which is like a local comic shop that essentially hired him to do it. And then before Detective Comics 1000, 30s gangsters. See, yeah, exactly. Before Detective Comics 1000 came out and they were able to go to print on this, that LCS or that comic shop, what's it called? So that LCS, they went out of business and they closed, I guess, before they went to print on this uh, on this particular variant, store exclusive variant or whatever. So it was intended to be a published cover to Detective Comics 1000 as a store exclusive, but because the store closed down before the issue came out, it never actually was printed. So I guess you could call this an unpublished variant cover, right?
Is that Paul Pope?
No, it's Andy Fish. It's Andy Fish.
Oh, okay.
But I feel good about the fact that you said is this Paul Pope, because I mean it's not
Okay.
but yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool image. I just dug that sort of Bob Kane-ish homage and like the buildings in the background and everything, just the vibe of it. And because it was an unpublished cover, it wasn't really that heavy on the wallet or anything like that. So just a little cool Batman piece. And what makes it even cooler is that Andy really hooked it up for me on the package. Let me get this off screen real quick. So not only did he send me the original artwork or whatever, the 11 by 17 penciled and inked piece, but he sent me a print, a colored print, including like the text that was intended to be on the variant cover, and he signed the print. So I have that as like a display kind of cool thing, along with along with the OA. And then in addition to that, he made a comic cover, like one of those covers that you can sort of wrap around another book.
Yes, right.
So underneath here is actually a copy of Detective Comics 1000, but it's got his cover wrapped over it, and then he signed it as well. So he really hooked me up pretty nicely. And he threw in a note, and he drew me a Frankenstein sketch too, which I don't even know where that is. I put that somewhere in here. And I don't even know where it is. But he threw in an extra sketch. He threw in the print. He threw in a kind of a published comic for me, since that's like a thing for me where I need like the published comic, plus the OA. And he threw in like some. I don't know what this book is, but it's some book on IDW. He threw in a couple copies. I'm not sure what his involvement was on this book, but that's a pretty cool little package that he put together for me. So yeah, man, he's just super nice to like put all that stuff together for me on a piece that was relatively like affordable. I think it was like a $350 cover, and it was a Batman cover, like all day. So I jumped on that one when I saw it up during CAFCON or whatever. So really, really nice guy, Andy Fish. Shout out to him and his wife, Veronica. So I wanted to share that today. Oh, there's the piece.
Okay, yeah. So this is the overlay.
Oh, yeah.
And the piece behind it, and the second piece back here.
Huh. Interesting.
It's in gold. It's in the gold lettering. So this is the drawing. Basically, they stenciled it and they overlaid on the other one.
Did you catch that, Ruben? I mean, he's the one who requested it, so I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Congrats on that piece. I like that piece quite a bit.
Yeah, I like it too.
All right, so we've got, a good chunk of time here, 35, 40 minutes to sort of dive into some results from the Heritage signature auction. Oh, there he is right there. Yeah, very different to have that 3-piece overlay thing. Definitely a great pickup. All right, so let me get us off screen and get over to these Heritage results. I'm doing it a slightly different way than I normally do it, because normally I put up this
Thanks,
like
Biggie.
app and everything, and I try to cycle through slides and stuff, and that kind of got a little challenging, honestly. So I'm trying to do it like this new way where I upload everything to the back end, and hopefully everything works as it should for the rest of the show. But we'll see. And I also was so busy over the weekend launching my store site, comicbooksnyc.store. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do. I would appreciate the feedback on the layout and just the offering over there in general. But I was really busy with that whole launch and everything. I did sell some books and generate a little money, which was cool. But honestly, I just wanted to launch it and have it actually work, which was a relief. But I was busy with that, and then I was busy doing a whole bunch of stuff today. So I really didn't go through it and like curate my picks like I normally do when we do these auction recaps. I just went straight like these are the pieces that sold for the most, and I just grabbed like the top 40-ish or so pieces as far as final, the value, the hammer price, or actually including the juice, including the buyer's premium and all that price. So we're really just looking at the top sales from the Heritage Signature Comic Art auction over the last 4 days or so. But the majority of, I believe, all of these lots sold on either Thursday, the morning session 1, and session 2, the afternoon session on Thursday, because that's where all I think the big boy stuff was being sold essentially for comic art on Heritage on this round. And on Saturday was more of like the a little bit more affordable stuff, a little bit lower key stuff. So we'll start with this one because
wow.
Because $840,000 for Wally-Wood Shock Suspense Stories #6. Arguably the most iconic EC cover, I would say, if not one of the top, 2 to 3, at least in the top 5, pre-code covers. It's up there. This Wally-Wood Shock Suspense Stories cover, and it's not like these covers grow on trees necessarily, but this is just a crazy sale, man. I mean, I had kind of had it in my head that this was going to go for like $500,000 to $600,000 or something like that in my head. Mm-hmm. This is a lot of money, $840,000, but I'm not going to knock it. I mean,
it's a great cover.
It's a classic cover, and it's just it was just like super exciting to see that come to market. So always quote with the juice. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, very nice.
It says includes buyer's premium right up there. I'm just showing it as it is, but yeah, this is a crazy moment in comic art auction history right here with the sale of this cover. So let's move on because yeah, that's
too many. Yeah,
that's madness. All right, this one's pretty crazy too. Frank Frazetta. This is a paperback cover painting.
Wow.
I mean, it's Frank Frazetta.
Right. I mean, it's not like one of the great Frazettas you see, but it just his name alone, just
Yeah, I mean,
he's done amazing work, but this one's okay. But
I have a hard time ranking Frazettas against other Frazettas,
right?
Personally, but it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty cool anyway.
Yeah, it is.
$408,000. And from what I remember, because I think I saw I think I saw that it was framed. It was a framed piece or whatever. I'm wondering. I'm wondering how much the frame job cost for it, but yeah, this is these kind of auctions are just like on another stratosphere, and I'm just sitting there watching them, and I'm like, holy hell, somebody's gonna have that on their wall, and that's what it took, $408,000. So, yeah. Moving on. This is something I know very little about.
What is that? Yes.
I mean, it's okay. So it's a Robert Crumb. I believe it's a full
Okay.
story, like a complete 5-page
Wow.
story, which $312,000. I think Ruben is making a comment here on the Frazetta piece of where over here on the side of the mountain there actually are two humans, like on the left side. I don't know if you see that, like.
They're hanging on, or like
Yeah, they're like
climbing up.
barely
Yeah.
hanging on. I
Right.
can't zoom with this style,
Yeah.
but yeah,
There's one
that
on
is a
top
good
sticking
point.
out. Yeah. One
Yeah, that is
laying
a good
close
point.
to the rock.
But yeah, but back to this. This is a 5-page Robert Crumb Arcade the Comics Review #2. I just I'm not very familiar with this stuff at all. If so, I'm just being upfront about that. So I see his art prices are pretty aggressive, and they're up there. I don't quite connect with the stuff personally. But,
yeah, me neither.
but I guess there's a rabid market for it somewhere. There must be, right? I mean, look at this price, $312,000. All right, I'm gonna just move quickly past that one because there's a lot of stuff here to look at. Barry Windsor Smith, Conan the Barbarian #2 cover, $264,000.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a cool cover.
Yeah,
but he's not in like an action battle pose or anything like that. Like doing his thing. He's kind of
bondage a little bit now.
Yeah, he's surrounded and trapped, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not a Conan guy. I think Barry Smith's awesome though. I mean, but it's just not my thing. So I don't really understand the market for it. It's not something I've ever been into. I never read it really either. Lasso's talking about giving away that book, I guess. Yeah, not the art, right? Yeah. If we gave away the art, that would be a great story. But yeah, man. All right, I'm going to quickly move on. Like I said, we got like 45, 46 results to go through here. This blew my mind. Nice. Kirby Ayers page from Avengers #1.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is a record for an interior Kirby page. I don't know that for sure, but seems like it, right? Avengers #1, 6-panel page right here. But I mean, it's a freaking Avengers #1 page, man. You
got Loki, you got all the classic Avengers there.
Yeah, I mean that's just Kirby greatness.
I mean, back then there weren't that many splash pages, also, were there? I can't recall. I don't.
I mean, there were splash pages, maybe not as many as there are now in Bronze Age. I mean, the art was also huge, also.
Right.
As far as the size.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Frazetta's amazing. I can't disagree with that. But yeah, I mean Silver Age, Mega Key issue, Kirby. This makes sense to me. As much as it saddens me, this makes sense to me. And as much as it saddens me every time Ruben says something like that,
I hate that.
It makes sense to me. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. I mean, I'm a Kirby stan though. And speaking of being a Kirby stan, I mean, this for me, this was the piece I probably like. Yeah. This is what I nerded out the most, just in this auction, I think. Personally.
This one I would frame and put on my wall. Get rid of the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, just get rid of the rest of my entire collection for this. I don't even think it would add up to this dollar amount though, unfortunately. So 168,000. So this was a 1966 Esquire magazine illustration. So it is published art, published, not in a floppy comic book, in a fashion magazine. Right? Esquire's fashion, right?
Yeah, Esquire's fashion.
Yeah, so in an Esquire magazine in 1966, I mean, this is just,
It's beautiful.
oh my God, it's amazing. I mean, I was drooling over this thing the second it hit the Heritage site, and when it was up on the block, I was just like
I
dreaming.
mean, this one went cheaper than the Crumb. The Crumb went more.
The
That Crumb piece. Yeah,
Robert Crumb five
that
page
was 5 pages.
complete story went for 312,000. You
Okay,
know?
okay, it was 5 pages.
Yeah, it was 5 pages. It was a complete story, but
Mm-hmm.
like I need someone to like sit down and explain the Robert Crumb market to me. Micah Spivak at Comic Connect tried to at one time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't get it really.
Yeah,
So,
I don't get it either.
but yeah, this thing is just
Yeah.
badass. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, Hulk is front and center. He's ready
like,
to kick ass.
yeah,
Throw in
like
the sun.
you take like 10 pieces off my wall and reserve space for it for this at some point, but no, maybe a print of it. Like if I could get a nice print of that, I think that'd be cool. But yeah, this is, I think for me, that's like my personal favorite piece from the auction. I think.
There's no Mr. Fantastic there, eh? Damn.
No,
I see Invisible Woman in the back, Human Torch, the Thing.
I see Strange, I see Spidey,
Right.
Thing, Torch. Yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
Reed Richards on there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, it's such a nice piece. All right, so let me move on to the next one. That is a Steve Ditko ASM page, which is another category that that I fawn over and daydream about and can't really achieve or attain. But
that top left panel is like the cover, man. It's like, damn.
Yeah, man, it's cool as hell, man. Yeah, right. The Kirby piece was total one and done. That last one, it's just so nice. Mikhail's got a Steve Ditko in his gallery, if I recall. I mean, that must be a grail for him, man. But yeah, this is I mean, this is an awesome page.
Yeah, it's an awesome battle piece.
Yeah. Between Ditko, but the prices of Ditko ASM and Ramita Senior ASM just kind of make me cry a little bit, though. A little bit. Just I die a little inside every Heritage auction, just a little bit. So it's all good, though. It's all good, man. I'm happy for the market when I see this stuff. So little sad for myself. Happy for the market. This is pretty crazy that this was a 5-page story, but it's a Dan DeCarlo, Sabrina, Tina. I mean, this was a huge result. I thought 114,000. I mean, this is the 8th piece in the auction to close, or eighth lot, not piece because it's multiple pieces, but 8th lot to 8 art lot to close above 6 figures, and this one closed at 114,000. Including the buyer's premium. I mean, really cool. I mean, I personally dig Archie, and I'm into Archie, and I have some Archie art. Like it's not like a big priority for me or anything, but I kind of dabble. Like I dabble in some Archie Golden Age books, and I dabble in some Archie art, but I don't have any of the like Twice Up old school or any of the newspaper strip stuff yet. So I haven't kind of dipped into the the finer ends of the Archie verse and like the earlier stuff. Yeah, man, I think everybody's in agreement on that Kirby piece. The comments are coming in pretty delayed here, so apologies that they're not matching up to the art on the screen for anybody watching on the rewind. That's always an issue, but yeah, man, this was I thought this was a very kind of classy piece, but not really my scene per se, but pretty cool to see that result. This was the last piece to sell in the 6 figures, including the juice. I believe. Unused, yeah. Which was the key sort of eye-opening thing about this result here. Like, so what is his published stuff now on the market with Wolverine or anything Weapon X related? Yeah.
Probably would have fetched the same as Conan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Ruben. I thought that Sabrina result was just insane. 114,000 for 5 pages. I didn't know where that one even came from. To me, it just felt so out of left field. But another kind of thing that I'm not, where it's like that's not what I follow all the time. So I don't really have as much of a frame of reference. But this one, I am following anything Weapon X or Wolverine, Wolverine related, like a lot of us are, and to have this unused variant cover from Barry Windsor Smith for Marvel Comics Presents sell for 6 figures is pretty crazy. But very, very funny. Now he's just knocking Archie art. I think he's thought $25 would be crazy high. Yeah. Well. But so yeah, I mean, this is just where this market is going, I guess. For this Weapon X stuff, it's just on fire. This one is published. This one's a Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Ghost Rider 26. Closed, including the buyer's premium, from $90,000. I believe there was a couple pieces that landed exactly at $90,000 in this auction. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm just giving you crap. But yeah, this is Jim Lee on fire. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Jim Lee on fire and Ghost Rider's on fire, because I mean, on the comic book side, a CGC 9.8 of Marvel Spotlight 5, which is the first appearance of Ghost Rider in this Heritage auction, one of either 4 or 5 9.8s sold for 200 something thousand. Jesus. 240, I think it was $240,000 for a CGC 9.8 of Marvel Spotlight 5, which is, I guess that's it's tough. It's a tough book, quote unquote, to get in high grade.
Oh, yeah, you just said it was 4 of them and they graded that way.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just, I mean, that's mental, This is I think a little bit more in line with like recent Jim Lee trajectory or whatever.
For cover.
But yeah, the 250K was for the 9.8 Marvel Spotlight 5. I thought was just nuts, and so does Biggie. So, but this is, I mean, this to me feels kind of in that pocket of like Jim Lee and Ghost Rider popularity here, to me. So here's another piece that closed for $90,000. This is a Dick Giordano.
I love that piece too.
Yeah. What is this? Limited Collector's Edition C30. That's a long ass title. I'm not even going to say the whole thing. But it's a cover. It's a cover, and it's got 14 characters on it, I think. So, yeah, that is a badass piece. You have $90K for it, Tone?
I wish. You know what? It wouldn't even got me because I bid 90,000. Someone's gonna bid a 91, 92 would have been boom.
You thought about pulling that trigger at 92 though, right? Like you were like, or at 82. Once it got past 82, I think you let it go. No. I
was the one who lost at 89,000.
I kind of agree with what Ruben is saying here. He's not knocking this Giordano. He's knocking this Jim Lee right here. Because it is kind of hard to tell. It's a very busy piece. Like it's very
that's why some busy. Of the Jim Lee pieces, I love Jim Lee, but some of them could be a little busy or just I don't know.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Mikhail, fun fact: he bought the Ditko Spidey after a failed run at a McSpidey cover. Oh wow. That's awesome. Not the one in this auction, right? The one that you have in your gallery, I'm assuming. These guys are debating on the value of that Sabrina lot. Biggie's saying he'd get a 9.0 and buy a restored Cap 1 for $80K. I'm assuming he's talking about the Marvel Spotlight 5. Okay, yeah. Word. This guy, Comic Hunter, says Jim Lee's cover work is out of this world. Love his attention to detail. So he's a fan of the Ghost Rider piece. So we got some mixed opinions here in the chat. To each his own, man. To each his own. Here's another piece that sold for $90K, the magic number for these 3 lots. Harvey Kurtzman, Two-Fisted Tails. Let me get this comment off the screen. Yeah, that's a pretty serious consolation prize, man. McSpite from failed McSpidey cover to Ditko ASM page for sure. So this is like a little corner of comics here again. EC that's just, yeah, that's not really my thing. I don't have much knowledge or expertise in that area, both on the comic side and on the art side. But I know Kurtzman is kind of like one of the pillars, and somebody wanted this thing for 90,000. Like for me personally, as an image, like I don't get too excited looking at this thing. So, but that's just me. You into it?
Yeah, no, same thing here too. It's like kind of like the Golden Age stuff. I like the superhero Golden Age. Like people like the horror stories or the war stories or the romance. You know, just I just can't get. You know, it's nice. It's a nice piece, but 90,000, Jesus.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's like a rare piece. I mean, it was a smaller company back then.
Right.
Harder to find stuff. You know,
within Golden Age, though, like I think EC, like within Golden Age, and even more specifically within PCH, like there's more EC stuff out there in the market than there is any other publisher. You know,
comic book wise or art wise?
Both, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously more on the comic side than on the art
I've
side.
seen a lot of comics.
Yeah, but anyway. Let's move on, unless anybody has an opinion on this. But I think you and I, Tony, are on the same page on that one. Just, you know, different tastes, I guess, for people. I mean, this one I love, man. This one, I mean, I wasn't even going to be close to contending for this piece or anything like that. What's up, Oregon Weem in the house? I'm assuming he's talking about the Two-Fisted Tails.
Right.
So this is ASM 197 cover. Dave Cockrum, Frank Giacoia, Kingpin, getting the best of Spidey here. Just, I think it's badass to me.
Yeah.
I'm a big Spidey guy, though. I mean,
I love Spidey. It's a great page. Great action shot.
It's awesome.
I'll just slam him with the couch, you know.
Yeah, I love the inks too, man. I'm a big fan of Giacoia's work. I know he doesn't get. I feel like he doesn't get enough of the, like, you know, I don't know, positivity out there that as he deserves personally. But yeah, I love his work as an inker, and it's cool to see a Dave Cockrum ASM cover sell. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Man, there's so many expensive results in this auction. We got this Bernie Wrightson House of Secrets.
That's beautiful, though. All right,
that's beautiful. It's amazing. I mean, this is a badass piece.
Yes. Look at the. I mean, yeah. Pencil, the inking, the shadowing. You're like, it's a scary looking piece for back in it for 1972.
Yeah, I mean, bronze horror. Wrightson is the master. I mean, this is amazing. Great pickup, whoever got it. And this is the anniversary. Is this like? I'm not sure all the entire history of the title and where and how it changed numbers across titles, but this is issue number 100 of the title. So. Bronze Age 20 center, man. It's an awesome piece. Wrightson still eludes me. I still have not gotten one. Want to get one. It's on the long.
85,000. This could have been yours.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to be swinging a Wrightson cover unless I sell a significant chunk of my collection first. Yeah, JoJo's all about the horror. Like this one's tasty, man. I love this one.
Look at the detail on those zombies, man. And this is 1972, man.
Yeah. It's a great cover. Oh, Wrightson, my Wrightson. Anyway, speaking of McSpidey earlier, this is what is this, a 4-panel page?
Damn.
I mean, really awesome, striking, you know, Spider-Man like exploding out of something right there in that second panel. I mean, this is like, you know, McFarlane madness right here, 1990 from the solo title. 84,000 for a McSpidey panel page now, which is what we just saw a Ditko Spidey
Cover.
panel page earlier for what 110 or 114. So this is like, man, he's like, yeah, 85K, man, for interior. I thought this went nuts. This has got to be a panel page record, right? For McFarlane. I mean,
is it because he signed it also?
Numbers, obviously, it's not even ASM. It's craziness. His Jeffrey's digging on the McFarlane sig. That T McFarlane. He sometimes alternates with writing T versus his full first name, right? Or Todd. Biggie's asking. I do not have any Joe Kubert art either. Biggie. I wish I did, but I do not. Let's see. Yeah. Another. I can't even tell what's going on without trying to focus for 2 minutes. Page. Yeah. I hear you. Like I'm not zooming in. I can't zoom in right now with the way I set up these slides. But so this one, I feel like zoomed in a little bit, you can kind of appreciate this piece more. But zoomed out, it doesn't have that sort of clarity you get from like Ramita ASM or Ditko ASM, or Spidey pages. Yeah. See, I was just talking about the T. Just sign your full name, Todd. But Comic Hunter is talking about the rights in peace. I think Comic Hunter might be like about 10 minutes behind on the video, possibly. So, but all good. Yeah, that was a great piece.
Beautiful.
I don't have any of the Kuberts that I can recall. James is talking about the Kubert family in the chat. But man, this page went nuts. So let's move on. I mean, this page, I think justifiably went nuts.
Yes.
I mean, Giant Size X-Men #1 is perhaps the hottest, one of the hottest, if not. I mean, the X-Men family of books are pretty hot overall, but Giant Size X-Men #1 is a pretty hot key Bronze Age key.
Krakoa?
Yeah, and this is the Krakoa page, page 29 from the issue, Dave Cockrum. I mean, this is just like one of the most important comics in the history of comic books, and this is a crazy, gnarly looking page from it. I can't argue with this either. Honestly.
I want Ruben to say he could have got this for $2,000 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen his comment pop into StreamYard yet, but I'm sure it will, where he'll be like, I once traded this page for nothing.
For peanuts.
There's Comic Hunter with his delayed comment about the Todd Father page. Yeah, I mean, this is fucking awesome. Okay, here's something for Zeta, a Sunday strip, Johnny Comet.
Really? He did comic strips too.
Yeah, he did a lot of strip
beautiful
art stuff. Really beautiful artwork for sure.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful Sunday strip.
Never heard of Johnny Comet though.
I've heard of Johnny Comet. I don't know much about it. I'm not a strip collector guy. I do not have a single piece of strip art. I was looking to possibly get some Archie strip art, like an Archie Sunday or something like that. But just I haven't come across the page I want yet at a price that I want yet in that sort of subcategory or whatever. But dude, if Tony says he hates something, that means he wants you to keep doing it.
I say hate it. I said I'm expecting him to do it. So
you built up our expectations with all that knowledge you bring, Ruben, every time.
It hurts.
That painful knowledge.
Yes.
All right, I think we're falling behind pace here because there's a lot more pieces.
Oh wow! Look at Schomburg.
We're already 50 minutes into the show. Sorry guys for the slowness here on our part.
Yeah, I have this Overstreet book. I still have this one.
Yeah, I love his pen and ink work personally as well. Although I love his painted work too. It's just so inflated, his painted work, price wise. His pen and ink work or pencil and ink work is a little bit more on ground level, even though it's still super expensive and I can't afford it anyway. But here's the Schomburg cover to the Overstreet comic guide that came out in 1980. So a little bit of a later piece in Alex Schomburg's life/career, but still 40 plus years old. Has all of his greatest hits on there: Human Torch, Cap, Namor, swastikas, explosions, battleships, guns. It's got all the Schomburg stuff. And our boy Stray Flexen on Instagram and former guest of Original Art Hour. Go back in time, check out Yaniv's episode, Original Art Hour with Stray Flexen. He's a baller. He's always flexing on all of us, but we love him. And I believe he picked this piece up. I don't know if he picked it up by himself or he was like,
oh, really?
I don't know if he was. I think he may have been in on it with a few other peeps.
Wow.
I'm not 100% on that. I didn't want to pry, but he did share it to his Instagram story that he won it. So that's fair game because he shared it publicly,
Right.
But I thought this was a pretty cool pickup even for $55,000. It's not like you get Schomburg published covers every day. Yeah, Man Cave's. That's because Flexen Yaniv is feeds Man Cave's Golden Age Hitler cover habit. I believe that's why he's always talking about him because he can't wait to get his next Hitler cover from him. That's why. So anyway. Let's move on. I mean, this one, this was amazing. I love this. I love this page. This is an amazing page. John Buscema, Klaus Janson, Marvel Comics present #1, page 1, splash. Wolverine in Japan. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. This was the Wolverine piece of the auction. I know that Barry Windsor Smith unused cover went for $100K. But
definitely, I would have taken this one over that.
I would take this over that all day, personally. Me too, man. Just for my own appreciation of art and everything. I'm in love with this splash page. So, congratulations to whoever won that one, because that one
costume ready to pounce on somebody. Looking.
So nice.
Can't ask for more.
Yeah, man. All right, so this is a Kurt Swan, George Klein, Superman 179, Silver Age cover. I mean, it's a pretty busy cover. When I first saw it come up on Heritage, I didn't recognize it as a cover, because of all the word bubbles and everything. But I guess that's pretty indicative of the era, I guess. But not for me necessarily. I appreciate Kurt Swan Superman. Don't get me wrong, but 50,000. I mean, it is Silver Age. Silver Age Superman cover on sub 200 cover. So pretty cool nonetheless to see it sell at auction. I'm gonna pick up the pace here since we're we're pushing it here on time.
I love this cover.
Yeah, man. John Byrne, Fantastic Four, 254. This one sold for the same price, 50,400 and change, 50,400.
I started collecting Fantastic Four because of Byrne. I started.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was, and but the artwork was beautiful. I just started buying it.
Sorry, Ruben.
Word
balloons. God, it's got to correct me on everything. Anyway. Man. So, yeah, very cool Byrne FF cover. We'll move on. More Jim Lee here in the auction. $48,000. What If Volume 2, number 13. Pretty cool Juggernaut piece, if you're into that.
I like this Jim Lee piece better than the other one. than
I
the
like this
Ghost
Jim
Rider
Lee
one.
piece better than the other one, but
Mm.
I'm honestly not a fan of either that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. If I had
you
to
know,
pick between the two, I would take this one.
between the two, I agree with you, and I would take this one. But
If you want to give me anything, I'll take anything. Like
Stan the man himself. That's funny. All right. Speaking of,
Oh, look at that ass!
yeah, Lobo's got back apparently, and this is the cover to Lobo's Back #2. Simon Bisley, of course, who is, I guess, now synonymous with Lobo from now till the end of time in the art market for sure. I mean, because that stuff's just gone mental. Um, go check out the Lobo 1 cover on CAF, which was posted recently, which is amazing, and we all know about that result. But this one is basically just the back half of Lobo, literally. I'm kind of with you on that.
Couple thousand
That
more, you get a
Wolverine
Jim
was
Lee piece.
amazing. But sorry, what'd you say, Tone?
Couple more thousand, you get a Jim Lee piece. Come on,
Right? Yeah, or you just stare at the back of Lobo's ass all day. Yeah. I hated this. I think we're all pretty much on the same page here with this. Yeah. So let's move on. So for me, this was the Spidey page of the auction. Like, I was obsessed with this thing. I think I stared at this thing in the catalog for like a good hour. This is John Romita Sr., Jim Mooney, ASM 75, 43,000 and change. I just love it though.
That's beautiful.
Just everything about it is just amazing to me. So this is the kind of Romita Sr. Page that I guess
that you would aim for.
That I would strive for, like long term, like super long term goal, kind of thing for me to have like a nice Romita Senior ASM page. And this is like right up my alley. It's like the style. I mean, this page is amazing. Yo, what's up, Tricky Trapster in the house? Good to see you, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, this is a nice page, and nice. You can see the change in his expression walking away.
Yeah, dude, it's
awesome.
It's great. It also has that kind of psychedelic feel to it to me. Just as an art piece, like separated from what's happening in the storyline, just like getting lost and staring at it, kind of thing. Comic Hunter definitely needs to refresh his feed. Like, I want to highlight your comments, bro, but they're so off that I can't. Can't do it. But great Romita Senior page. Enough said. More cool Burn FF action in this auction. This pinup from Fantastic Four 250 sold for 43,000 and change.
Damn.
Very nice.
Nice.
You've got the whole family there.
Yes. Frankly.
This is this piece got little Tony all excited.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I like the signatures too on it. Just it's just a very well done pinup. It's nice.
No, he had a great run on the FF.
He really did. He did. And his FF art prices are catching up to his X-Men prices. They're not quite there yet, but they're going up too. So, all right. We're already almost at the hour mark. I'm try to speed this up, guys. Frank Miller, Elektra Lives Again, story page 24. All sorts of crazy ninja action on this title page. I love it. I'm a Miller fan.
Right.
Love him or hate him. I'm in the pro. I love his stuff, and I love this page. And I love it. I love the price, even though I can't afford it. I love it. That's that. We got this Daredevil, Marie Severin, Bill Everett cover here.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. Maybe a little bit condition issues and stuff, but 43,000 and change. Man, I really dug that Miller Elektra quite a bit. This one's pretty cool. Like, doesn't blow my mind or anything like that. But it's a 15 center Daredevil cover. early Bronze Age. Pretty awesome. In
Very
its own
nice.
way.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
one,
like.
major condition issues on it. Ramita Senior Hulk 203, 42,000.
All staining and all that.
You know, I follow the Ramita Spidey market quite closely. I'm not, I'm not as intimately familiar with a lot of his other work on other titles and the prices and stuff, especially like covers, a Hulk cover. Yeah, Jeffrey will take this one all day. Our biggest Hulk fan in the community. Ruben's a fan of that Severin cover. Thought it was pretty cool, but it didn't blow my mind personally. Um, but that's just where I'm at with it. 42,000 for this one on this Hulk cover, Ramita Senior. Moving on, we got a Marshall Rogers, Terry Austin, Doctor Strange 52,
Wow.
which sold for 41 about there. Pretty cool though.
Psychedelic too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marshall Rogers is like he has a very unique style and pretty much jumps out. Any page I've ever seen of his pretty much jumps out to me as him, and it's unmistakable, and I rarely ever don't realize that it's him when I see it right away. So pretty sweet Doctor Strange cover right here for
Nightmare
me.
coming out.
Yeah. Next
nice.
up, we got a George Tuska Iron Man number 40 cover. Underrated artist, I believe, from earlier Marvel days. Giacoya on inks again, 40,000 change on this. Yo, what's up? Raghav is in the house. Yeah, I love that Doctor Strange cover as well, man. Just great stuff. Marshall Rogers. This one's pretty cool, actually. I like this cover.
Yeah, it's a nice action piece coming in there. It's nicely detailed. Iron Man there, right in center.
Yeah, man, Tuska's solid. I dig his stuff. There's a lot of action on this page or on this cover. I dig that one. I dig that one quite a bit. But I'm not personally an Iron Man guy. I don't really have Iron Man art. Really, I don't really go after it. It's not my thing. 1971, a good year. Is that a reference to something specific? Like, if it is, I'm sorry because I didn't.
Maybe it's his birthday. His year's birthday.
Next up, we got Michael Turner, Fathom, Wraparound, Pencils, Aspen, 2008. So it's double cover, not a double cover, a wraparound cover. So two boards. It says two original art, but 100% what that meant. But it's two pieces, two boards, right? 40,000. I mean, he's pretty much synonymous with Fathom, and that whole title and that whole that character and aesthetic, and that's what he's most remembered for, I guess now. Arguably also Supergirl and Superman, Batman, but thought this was pretty strong for what it is. Next up, we got a Charles Schultz Peanuts daily. Just a daily, 41,000 almost here. Again, another thing that has like a huge market, Schultz and Peanuts and stuff like that. But I just don't have my head wrapped around it. It's not my thing. But I see the prices every auction that the stuff comes up, and it's always pretty strong. This one is awesome. I love this. Captain America 148 Red Skull cover. I mean, yes, Ramita Senior, $38,400 on this. I just think that's badass. I mean, you got a Red Skull cover. I mean, you only see the back of Captain America, I guess. Right. I know, dude. Right? I mean, the Schultz market has always been kind of pretty robust and increasing, though. Especially the Sundays, but now the dailies are crazy too. Mikhail would love a birthday Peanuts. Already budgeting for it. Man, that's awesome, dude. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree that Buscema Wolverine kind of went under I would say that there were other pieces that could arguably went under in this auction, but I don't think we're going to have time to get to those. Like,
Right.
because I just pulled like the top 40, 45 or so priciest results, and that's we're already overtime on this, and but this auction just had so much
It's a
good
nice
stuff.
cover though. Yeah.
This auction just had so much good stuff, even down to like the more affordable stuff on Saturday. Honestly, there was a lot of good stuff. This Jay Lee Hellshock. This is a complete 22-page story for
Oh
38.4.
wow.
So I haven't done the math on the price per page on this, but that's a pretty strong result, I would say. 1994 Image Comics
2000.
series. I don't know how much I want to dwell on that one. Ruben with a comment on the Peanuts market. Yeah, the family pretty much gobbled up all the artwork. So, which is what he was saying. More Peanuts. So I'm just gonna breeze past this one, but another 38,000. I mean, this is only has 3 panels on it. Pretty simple one. 38.4. Another 38.4. Another burn. Now, I couldn't remember if this was unused or this was the final cover or if this was like a slightly alternate version of the final cover, but obviously
I thought they used it. Yeah,
Did
it
they
looks
use
familiar.
it? Okay, so Hitler cover, She-Hulk in the in the FF, and Nick Fury, right? So
Yeah, I've seen that cover before. It's not
right.
the artwork is like
Mikhail saying, I'd much rather be chasing Peanuts than C&H, Calvin and Hobbes. I would agree with that. I never really got into Calvin and Hobbes when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I was into stuff like Tintin and Asterisks and like the Belgian comics and stuff. So, as I've said, pretty much almost every episode, I find a way to mention Hergé and my dream for getting an Hergé at one point. In some fictional universe that I can afford an Hergé piece, but not happening. Ruben did the math on that Jay Lee book. That seems pretty healthy. $1,745 per page on that issue right there. Okay, let's move on. We got another Daredevil. We got Sal Buscema, Daredevil 89. I feel like I've seen this cover recently, like either on a dealer website or in another auction like a year ago or something, maybe even. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I definitely have seen it recently. So or maybe it was just another cover that was similar or something. I don't know. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I mean, I think all the Brown brothers here, myself included, Mikhail, Raga, me, we are all somehow have that we pine for the Tintin, but it's pretty much impossible.
that's more European though, right? The Tintin and Asterix.
Yeah, but it was pretty prevalent in like Asia, like the reprints and stuff like that over there. Right. So like my grandfather gave me them and stuff when I was a kid. Anyway, Will Eisner, The Spirit, complete 7-page story, $36,000. Yeah. This is another one of those things where like I need an expert to tell me and fill me in as to, like, I know the importance of Will Eisner to comics and The Spirit and stuff like that, but I have no desire to collect it or anything like that, really, personally. So, yes, the Brown. I wasn't gonna skirt around the Brown Brothers thing. I mean, I think it's like it's a pattern, right? So, like, why not? Anyway, moving on. I love this. I really dig this one. Thor 239, Gil Kane, nice. Dan Adkins. I think this is a really, really cool Thor cover.
Yeah, especially just Thor just standing there posing with his hammer there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. All right, and we only got a couple more, guys. I'm almost at the home stretch here. John Romita Sr. We got a couple more John Romita Sr.'s in this auction, inked by Heck and Espo as Mickey DeMeo. ASM Annual 3, story page number 12, 36,000 on this. And then we have another Romita Sr. right after that, so I'm just going to show them quickly back to back. This was another awesome page for me where I was like staring at it for like
Mm-hmm.
a good amount of time in the catalog. Um, Mooney over Ramita Senior. This was from the same book as
Yeah,
that
same issue,
same
75.
same issue as that previous page was. Not as strong. The other one I think went for 43, right? This one went for 36.
Right.
I think both of them are fantastic pages. The other one was more of a splashy page and just more of a striking overall page, I believe. But this one's more action driven, right? You got this
Right.
crashing into the scene in that top panel, and a battle page. Just great ASM Ramita Senior stuff. Our tribe of 9. Exactly. What's up, Ruben Nieves in the house? Good to see you, Ruben. Hope you're doing well. Good. Thanks for popping in. All right, we're almost done, guys. Just bear with us. Only a couple more pieces to talk about, and
Oh,
then
wow.
we'll let you go. We got Jim Lee, Marvel Age, number 67, original art for the cover here, $36,000. You got Wolvie, you got Punisher, you got Submariner. This is my favorite Jim Lee piece that came up in the auction.
Yeah.
Among the three covers that we've seen, and it came on the bottom end of the spectrum, probably Marvel Age, I guess. But for me, this is like the one I would have wanted in my collection out of those three covers.
Exactly.
Right? Right? And I'm glad. I'm kind of glad in a way that the cheapest Jim Lee cover in this big boy baller auction was the one I would have dug the most. Right? The bargain cover of the auction, 100% on that. I'm with that.
Yeah, like the Ghost Rider again, it was too convoluted. So much stuff going on there, Here's nice and simple.
Yeah, you can see the characters and what they're doing on this one. That's yeah, and I'm assuming he inked himself on this, right? Because I didn't see anybody else called out in the title of the piece, but nice one. I really like that one. Okay, two more. So I think in between the last one and this one, I skipped a few because I think there were some more like kind of redundant results in between, but I skipped down to this one. Mike Zeck, John Beatty, Punisher #4 limited series. Great panel page, great rat-tat-tat-tat-tat Punisher stuff in that top panel. 33.6. Zeck is hot. Punisher is hot. There was a Punisher War Journal page that sold on Comic Link. Remember, that was Jim Lee, though, right?
Yeah, it was Jim Lee.
That page was just nutty, but that was Punisher and Wolverine in a battle page. I mean, this one's a little bit more grounded, I guess, in reality.
Punisher versus Jigsaw.
But yeah, exactly. 33.6, Mike Zeck. This was that initial limited series before the ongoing. So, rat-tat-tat. I love that. I love that panel. Raghav has direct personal experience inking over Jim Lee. If you caught his episode, later, Mikhail. Have a good week as well.
Have a good one.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now in the market. So we're going to end with this: The Sandman, Mike Dringenberg, Malcolm Jones III, issue 21, page 1 splash, Seasons of Mists. This is the beginning of the Seasons of Mists, story arc in Sandman, which is, if you've ever read Sandman, that's like one of the most important story arcs. This is a very strong result, I think, for what's on the page as far as art, but it is a title page. It is the beginning of Season of Mists, which is like a big deal story arc in Sandman.
Yeah, that's where I started collecting Sandman from the store.
Right.
Season of Mists.
So, you got the Netflix show on the horizon, I think, I love the story and the characters and the artwork in Sandman. So I'm a fan of the artists and the creators throughout the entire series, and of course Neil Gaiman. So I'm happy to see it. I'm also a little, like I said, as usual, I'm also a little bit sad because I don't have any interior art examples from Sandman. I do have that,
Yes, I know you have a page.
I do have the painting or whatever from Sandman Gallery of Dreams, which I don't think I've shared that on the show yet, but I have shared it like with the Instagram crew and everything. Shout out to Dino for that one. But yeah, I love that piece, that Colleen Doran piece. But this one, I couldn't go after something like this anymore, I guess, at auction because it's $30K plus for the price of admission now on this. So yeah, so that is the recap. There, I mean, from Heritage, I mean, there was just a ton of stuff. I'm gonna get us back over here. So thanks everybody for hanging out. I know we went about 15 minutes over here, so apologies for that. But if you're watching this on the rewind, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be on the lookout for some new blog entries and some new things that I'm getting involved with, hopefully to roll out this week and later in the week as well. Just be on the lookout. That's as much as I will tease it. And this, I will say that this Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern is the Original Art Hour interview with comic artist Ario Anindito, all the way from Asia. He's going to be joining us. I also here's the sneak peek of the thumbnail. Original Art Hour with
Wolverine.
Yeah, so Ario's really cool dude. Got to meet him at New York Comic Con 2019 with my buddy Jeffrey Comic Con Henson, who's been in the chat tonight. So got to say hello to him in person a couple of years ago. He's the artist right now on the Star Wars The High Republic book for Marvel, and so he's catching some heat. I was able to pick up some artwork from him. He drew some extra stuff for me as well, like an extra colored piece and everything, which was really, really cool of him. So I'm going to be able to share some of the art that I picked up from him. He's going to be able to share some of the art he has available. We're going to be able to talk to him about sort of what he's got going on and what it's like to work in comics and work on Star Wars and stuff like that. Later, Comic Hunter 1014. Appreciate you. Yeah, next time refresh your browser and we'll be with you the whole time. But glad you got caught up before the end. Later, Ruben. Good luck with all the work you got tonight. And then beyond that interview, we have I guess the next episode of this show. And it's gonna be a minute until the next episode because in 2 weeks from today it's like the July 4th holiday. So I don't think I'm gonna do a show. I'm just gonna, we'll just take the time off. You know what I mean? From the show on that 3 day
17th, yeah, and then 17th we're going to the show.
And then on the 17th we'll be at the Big Apple Comic Con preview event, which should be a good time. Tony and myself hanging out. Yeah, that's right. Your boy Ario is going to be on this Sunday, 11 a.m. It's going to be a little early for you, Jeffrey, 8 a.m. your time. Hopefully you can wake up and see it or just catch it on the rewind. But appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Have a good night, man. Take care.
Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't want to see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard he scammer, had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, I can have it coming out. Been through the struggle, I can see another drought. Yeah, it's not a purse, it's a merch. 6 figures was a gold, now it's 9 or a hearse. Put it work. Used to pull up, not swerve. No time for the snakes, time to put them in the dirt. That's word. I gotta get it, it's in my DNA. You only see the highlights, don't know what it takes. Last year stressing, got no sleep. Now I'm right between the courts, I don't know bleed. I see the hate, they don't wanna see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down.